temporary. Here we go.
I mean, that's a lot longer than temporary. So
you're welcome.
Something was going to happen. What I thought was going to be the end of it for sure, their run here, was as they got closer to the wedding.
Pretty damn close.
And that took up more of their time, made them more and more busy. And it's like, guys, focus on the wedding, that whole thing. Well, then the compound sensor thing comes.
Okay.
Then these...
Again, so he thinks that has something to do with it. Nice freeze frame. He has no
Don't steal our bit.
idea what's going on.
Don't steal our bit, Keanu.
This man, for some reason, thinks that he's a part of it. He was texting us. The only thing, texts went ignored. And then finally I went, he was going, is it a merger? Is it this? Is it that? Because he wants something to talk about on his fucking show.
I always liked you, Keanu. Try to find me saying a bad word about Keanu. I've criticized her before, but try to find a clip of me really bashing Keanu. I had better shit than these clip channels. They fucking robbed us.
You've manipulated us a little bit too far now. You
manipulated us by taking your stream down. Fucking big-nosed, fucking small-titted OnlyFans whore. Fucking fuck Gino Bisconti. I hope he dies of a fucking liver failure. No, fuck you. I've always stuck up for Keanu. I've always said I've only met her one time. I know her just through Gino, and she's an absolute sweetheart of a woman. And all the dealings I see, like even those Simcast people, how many times have I said 90% of the people that go on Simcast are garbage, unless I'm personal friends with them, and the ones I'm not personal friends with, like Keanu, and there's like maybe one or two. I don't even think there's any. I think Keanu's the only person that goes on Simcast that I don't really know personally. It's not a good look. So it's Gino, like Gino and Keanu, who are very forgiving morally and also complete fucking degenerates themselves, are like, we don't like that you. And then also Keanu, which she's not letting on in this because she doesn't want to get anybody in trouble for, she's been talking to April, and April's straight up saying, this happened, and that's not great.
Definitely saw the signs. Didn't.
In a situation like this, I can tell you, like, just knowing, observing people my whole life and seeing from experience, April just got a clean break from her marriage. She's at the Ricadas. Her and Aaron are fine now. She got her shit back. There's obviously always going to be disagreements, but April wants out of the public spotlight. She wants no more of this shit to go on. And now it's going on. And if April is low-key reinforcing shit, like, look, I'm not going to fucking take my story away, whatever. That's kind of telling of April. Because I do get the idea. Like, if April wanted money and attention, if April wanted to dunk on the Dabblerverse right now, she has no charges. Her charges were dropped. She's clearly not flipping on the Ricadas. She's a certified baddie. She can do whatever she wants. If she went live, she'd collect as much money as Mr. Medicare will in 20 years when he does his 257th I'm Almost Dead stream, and people are still donating a few $100. If April announced tonight, she went unprivate on her Twitter account and just said, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to set the whole goddamn record straight. April would make more money than all these except maybe Ricada, because Ricada's got a huge army of, like, Ricada's mainstream. He's the law pope, and I'll never fucking shit out. Like, Ricada might be a fucking degenerate, but I lived in far worse circumstances growing up than his kids were alleged to, so who gives a fuck, right? And I warned him that. I said, dude, she's not cut out. My specific, and I will swear to this day, I will go in a court of law, put my hand on a goddamn Bible and swear to this. I will spend the money to pull my data files from my old Mersh account that's never going to come back. Where I legitimately reached out to this guy and said, look, you got to decide at some point if you want a wife or a co-host. And if you want a co-host, that's great. She's a cool co-host, but she's going to become, like, now she's getting insecure or whatever. I'm like, if my advice was The two main tenets of my advice to him were, you got to choose whether you want a wife or a co-host. And the biggest thing was, if your wife and you and your ex-wife and your living situation, like if you people can't handle Chad fucking Zumach and the Dabblerverse, she needs, like, whoever's too weak for that shit needs to leave the equation of the show. You make the show, you do whatever you, but you already kind of opened up a shitty hornet's nest by bringing April on, and you know there's an ex-wife and Chad's getting in it. I'm like, but I told him, I said, dude, if you can't pass the Chad Zumach I might even actually be able to, I guarantee you at some point I made a Glass Joe reference. It's coming to me, but at some point it might not have been Glass Joe. I might have given Chad Zumach more credit. I might have referred to him as maybe Don Flamenco from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But I was like, bro, you're talking about doing this internet shit. Like, I was like, I've already been swatted. I've been doxxed. I've had every bit of my information put out there. I've had weird, like, I've had so many weird, like, insane, like, I've had, like, escorts, like, reach out to me and DMs and pretend to be fans, and immediately I look at them, like, their profile, and I'm like, you're an escort. And then just kind of figure out, oh, there's always people trying to, like, Aaron reminds me of a guy that clicks on every single fucking attachable file to an email he's ever received in his fucking life. Oh, let's hang out in a hot tub with my hotter wife than yours and do cocaine. I'm sure that won't end badly. Yuck, yuck, yuck. My new best friend, Pod Awful. Yuck, yuck, yuck. He just is... Aaron, I'll pay the money. I'll ask Twitter to get me the archives. I'll get the DMs. I don't want to release. I don't release DMs like that. Just don't ever challenge that I made those 2 points to you at some time. I don't release receipts. I don't, unless somebody calls me a liar. So as long as Aaron doesn't call me a liar when he ever comes out and says, oh no, Mersh never said to me, A, you need to figure out if you want a wife or a co-host, and B, if you ain't cut out for Chad Zumach, you ain't cut out for fucking King Hippo or fucking Macho, whatever his name was, the Super Macho Man. You sure as fuck ain't ready for Tyson, Mr. Boxer. Aaron, you were like a nerdy kid that showed up to the school and everyone hated you. And by the way, Royce doesn't like you. I'll just tell you that. Royce will get mad because, like, Royce really just is more annoyed that he has to hear about you all the time. Royce has been annoyed with you from probably way before I was. The whole ROTC crew hates your guts. Always did. And if you ask anyone, and this is a true story, I genuinely stuck up for you harder than anybody else. When you were getting, like, people would go, oh, this guy stole another one of our bits, or he did this or that, whatever. JJ is just said even more to that point. Royce was day fucking one like me. JJ always hated you. A lot of these guys hated you. I'm genuinely telling you that, and you can ask any one of these guys, I had to fight them all the time. Royce didn't like you. Thought you were a fucking nerd, should be shoved in a locker. Virgie didn't like you. Pessy didn't like you. JJ didn't like you. Nobody likes you. Nobody fucking liked you. The only one, like when we would be doing pre-show shit and your name would come up randomly sometimes, like once a week, they'd be like, oh yeah, you know, like Steel Toe, like was stolen another. I'd be like, nice. It's the same thing I said when I was being nice to you a year ago on the air. You're a radio hack. I'm a radio hack. I'm a comedy hack. I'm a hack. You're a hack. We're all hacks. I don't take a lot of shit personally when people start doing similar shit. I don't care. I took it so less personal than other people did early on that they all hated you. And I literally, like, I was the only one. The whole time you were going, ROTC, those guys are great. I love those guys. Yeah, check up on those guys from 4 to 6. Yeah. Well, I'm checking out with Gav. and all these other weird shit you do. But I was always sticking up for him, going like, he's a radio hack. I'm a radio hack. Like, he's a fucking comedy hack. I'm a comedy hack. Like I like to get through segments quickly and bang out 30 minutes, just bang it, like beating the same dead horse joke into the ground. Like, whatever. You know, and everyone was like, no, fuck this guy. He's a worm. He sucks. Everyone just hated. Everyone spotted something about him that I will admit I didn't spot with Aaron. I just was like, I just think he's a fucking nerd that wants to fit in, and he's a stupid fucking, his stupid like 120 out of fucking 500 radio market morning show got canceled, and his 75K a year fucking career got canceled. And like, yeah, he's an O&A rip-off artist, and he's a like whatever, nobody respects. Like, but I'm like, I don't know, like I just kind of looked at him and was like, I don't know, he's not bad, he's not fucking insidious. And that was my mistake, and I'm usually the cynical one, but I literally was like, he can't be that insidious. I have better shit than these clip channels. They fucking robbed us.
You've manipulated us a little bit too far now.
You manipulated us by taking your stream down. Fucking big-nosed, fucking small-titted OnlyFans whore. Fucking fuck Gino Bisconti. I hope he dies of a fucking liver failure. No, fuck you. You guys had the story of the century. You basically were like Woodward and Bernstein. And then you just were like, never mind. We want to be cool and just stir hype and get Gavin to sign us for more money. Isn't that what it is?
Really, really think this one through, folks, before you pick a side here. I believe Aaron. I believe that these are fake screenshots. I believe he didn't do this headbutt business.
Well, no, I didn't do the headbutt. But I didn't say they're fake screenshots, though.
Well, they're real screenshots. They're fake messages, right?
I haven't seen exactly what the messages are, but
Jesse dove so far into be clout chasing edgelord that he dove into a guy that like is like, I'm not denying the allegations of what the fuck.
April and I got to be careful how I discuss this because I'm technically not allowed to directly, but April and I got these back in January when things were very good between the two of us, and we discussed everything that was in them, and she was like, oh, I can't believe I ever, you know, in like a moment after we had a big fight, I can't believe I shared anything with so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. And she was really broken up about the whole thing, and I was angry because I'm like, it's fucking horseshit.
Hey, Aaron. Do I have to do it? Do I have to do it now? There it is. Look, Aaron. I know that I, at times, appear to you as the devil. It's because of your gay-ass Judeo-Christian upbringing. The shady guy offering you good advice, but you know what? It turns out in 2024 the shady guy offering you good advice is offering you good advice. You invited a vampire into your home while simultaneously thinking I was the vampire you might invite in your home. You're a vampire. You invite it into your home to try to conquer the vampire you thought you invited into your home. Unfortunately, you're gonna learn. Be the devil that you look back on, like the Gordon Gekko character that you go, I you know what, honestly, I just thought he was so obviously evil, you know? I thought he was so obviously evil that maybe he was the evil guy, but you grew up on 80s movies, and I came to you as a guy who's very obviously evil, and all these people are evil. We're all gonna die alone, and we're all gonna be dead fucking skeletons getting skull fucked by whatever new fossil fuel's happening. And guess what? It doesn't matter. I came to you as a man. Sorry, dude. Whew. That was weird.